Hello world, I'm an average Joe and I play games, and welcome to another episode of Destiny Deconstructed, where I break down the technical aspects of the game. And today we are going to be deconstructing the Iron Banner, but as you guys know, being the average Joe, I don't have time to play everything in Destiny. Destiny is a very expansive game, and Iron Banner is just one of those things that I dabble in, but I'm not an expert at. So I feel a little dishonest coming to you guys with a deconstructed video on Iron Banner saying that I'm an expert when I'm not really. So what I've done is I'm actually doing a dual commentary today with a subscriber named Apex Crucible. Apex, you want to say hello?
Hey guys, I'm Apex Crucible, or Crucible, whatever you want to call me.
Yeah. So thanks for joining today. And Apex is a part of a clan called Flawless Kings. I'll link their channel down in the description below. They're not live yet. So if you're watching this from the future, that link will be live down in the description below. Make sure you click on that link, and it will take you to their clan channel page. So let's get started. So what I'm going to do today is we're just going to do kind of a dual commentary, kind of a interview type format. I'll put on my my best Jimmy Fallon impression. And so Apex, you've done a couple of Iron Banner so far. So this last Iron Banner, you were telling me you reached max level in the Iron Banner.
Yes.
So how would you think that this Iron Banner compares to some of the previous ones, because they've made some changes throughout the Iron Banner? So do you think they kind of Bungie has the right mixture now for Iron Banner?
All right, I'm gonna say this right now. Bungie, from the first Iron Banner, you guys made a step up, but the second to third one, it was relatively the same. But after the second one, you guys made some buffs and nerfs. As far as the second one was probably your best one, because the third one, you nerfed the wrong weapons. I remember have Joe said in one of his videos, shotguns, yes, I know they're one shot, but seriously, no range. Like, there's people, like, I know a lot of friends who leveled up in Iron Banner with shotguns because that's the easiest way to do it, because you want the high kill streak. But when you give them no range, we can't do that, because not everyone knows how to use fusion rifles, right? Because yes, they're one-shots, but you need to know when to charge it and when to shoot it. But the Iron Banner itself, I think it was a good event. There was definitely noticeable level advantages. The first one, there was hardly a difference. But yeah, but they should have picked shotguns to what they were. But in my opinion, the second Iron Banner was probably the best one they've had.
And so shotguns are a little challenging to use. What would you say is the best type of gun to use, and what did you find the most success with?
There's multiple guns, but if you have a Vex Mythic class, then just use it. You're gonna own. I don't care if you're the worst Crucible player ever. If you have a Vex Mythic class, you are gonna go on and at least 1-5 kill streak the game. But if you don't, then I would recommend auto rifles, because most of them have really good range. Suros, incredible range. Hard light doesn't have as much range, but the impact on it is really good. But all around, auto rifles are pretty good. And then if you know when to charge fusion rifles, then fusion rifles, because they are one-shot kills. But yeah, if you don't have the Vex, I would say auto rifles or fusion rifles.
And do you think that there are any OP weapons? So you mentioned the Vex Mytho class. Anything else really stood out as being, really overpowered?
I gotta think back to what I actually died by. I died a lot by the Suros, but don't get me wrong, it's not like, I mean, it is a tad overpowered, but the Plan C is definitely overpowered. The Plan C, you can, I've had, like, I was on the other side of a room in a map, and this guy was far away. I just shot, like, a quarter of the map's worth, and somehow, some way, it was not a precision shot, and I got a one-shot kill. So yeah, the Plan C is a little overpowered.
Yeah, the Plan C is a great weapon in PvE, regular Crucible, and it sounds like Iron Banner as well. And you're right, the range on that thing is ungodly. Now, what about classes? So so what class did you rock with the Iron Banner?
I am a warlock. I actually used Sunsinger. I did not use. No, didn't say that. What I did for level 1 and 2, I used Voidwalker, and level 3 to 5, Sunsinger. Because yes, the Nova Bomb is helpful, but I felt I was getting more kills while in Radiance, and yeah, it just helped a lot. And I felt whenever I got on top of leaderboards with more kills, I did get better endgame rewards, and it paid off pretty well.
Nice, and it's a fairly you know, an opinion that's fairly common is that, you know, hunters are the most powerful class when it comes to PvP. Would you say that that is true for Iron Banner as well, or do you feel because of the level advantages that hunters are not as strong as they are in normal Crucible?
Zone B lost.
Hunters for Iron Banner,
You're falling
I
behind.
mean, I felt that the Arc Blade Hunters were definitely more,
Zone A
they're the ones you want to watch out for compared to the Gunslingers. Whereas in regular Crucible, I see Gunslingers go on the higher kill streaks. I don't know why that is, but Arc Bladers
Zone C
seem to have gotten the upper hand. But for Iron Banner, like if you're a Titan that's 30 plus, you took a lot of hits, like a lot of hits, and your defense was really good compared to the other classes. But as far as the Hunters, I think that yes, they were a little bit better than in Iron Banner than Crucible.
Got it. So let's talk about your specific class loadout. So you said you ran Voidwalker for your first few levels, and then you seemed to do better with the Sunsinger. So, you know,
Yeah.
I assume Scorch melee as your talent for your melee. So, you know,
That's
yeah,
correct.
Scorch is a great ability. Now, now what armor? So, you know, before this we started the recording, we were talking about the Claws of Ahamkara and how great it is. Was that the exotic that you were running for your
Yeah.
armor to get 2 Scorches?
Yes, Claws of Ahamkara was the exotic.
Okay, great.
Because with that, at the time, that was the thing that I needed to wear to be 31, and it did help in PvP.
Yeah, it's definitely a good exotic, and a little preview for you guys. I will be doing a deconstructed video on the claws a little later. So, and what about the grenade? Did you use the solar grenade or the fusion grenade?
For the Voidwalker, I used whatever the first one is, Vortex, I think, and then Sunsinger I used
Gotcha.
Solar Grenade.
So you prefer the solar over the fusion?
I prefer Solar, because when you're in Radiance and you go by someone, you can just spam Solar Grenades, and the duration on them lasts for a decent amount of time, and you just keep chucking them, so no matter where the person goes, they're going to run into your grenades and they're going to die.
Right. Yeah, me personally, I like the fusion grenades because I tend to be fairly accurate with my grenades, and if you stick somebody, it's a one-hit kill, you know, and so, you know, I can stick somebody and then move on to the next target because I know that guy's going to blow up in a second.
Yeah, and then Starfire Protocol, the exotic that Xur had, gives you an additional fusion grenade also.
Which it's important to note that does not stack with the Gift of the Sun, so you cannot get 3 fusion grenades, which is unfortunate.
I've heard so many people saying, "Oh, you can get 3," and like, you have to sacrifice Gift of the Sun because it doesn't stack.
Yeah, so I wish they would update the in-game description of that to say, you know, gives you the Gift of the Sun perk, you know, because that's really what it does, you know, exclusively for fusion grenades.
It was misleading. Yeah, it was.
I mean, it's still good, you know, because you can, I forget the other talent. You have Angel of Light, and I forget the other one, to where enemies burn longer. You know, so it's still a useful exotic. I don't think it's better than Claws of Ahamkara or Heart of the Praxis Fire, but, you know, it's not a bad exotic, which, as you know, Warlocks don't have the best exotics in the world. Yeah,
we didn't even get exotic boots. Then Hunters, you guys got those dance machine boots. But yeah, I'm actually wearing the Starfire thing, whatever it is right now. Yeah.
Very cool.
But yeah, I agree. Warlocks did get the low end of the stick when it comes to armor. I will say that.
So, so how long did it take you to get to max level in Iron Banner?
If you count how many days, not straight, just like days playing, 3 hours, I'd have to say 14.
Gotcha, okay. And was it worth it?
In my opinion, yes, because, and now people are going to say, okay, so you got some weapons and some other stuff, you can just do the raid and get that. When you think about it, it's like this gold spiral, like it's different to have the weapons than to have the gold spiral shader, because the gold shader, it's like a trophy. Like when people see you wearing that, they're like, wow, that's really cool. And then they find out how to get it. It's like, wow, this guy put in a lot of effort to get that. It makes you stand out, in my opinion, because not many people have it. And then the bond is really cool for warlocks also. Might say it was worth it, because I did get some legendary weapons as rewards, and I also got the auto rifle, which is pretty good.
Right, and would you do it again if the rewards were different next time?
If yes, I am going to do it again. If because I only have the fusion rifle and the auto rifle, so if I didn't have enough stuff or glimmer at the time to get the sniper, so I used the last of it to get the auto rifle. So I would do it for the other weapons, because the weapons are pretty good and they look pretty
right.
cool.
Now, what would you say is the skill level of the competition in the Iron Banner? Because, you know, Bungie builds it as kind of like, you know, so Call of Duty has like league play, where, you know, the competition is, you know, increased, and there's this ladder system and things like that. You know, I think Bungie's trying to do the same thing, and, you know, longtime listeners or viewers of my channel will know I compare Call of Duty and Destiny a lot, because they're both Activision IPs, and so, you know, what Activision sees in Call of Duty, they tend to do the same thing in Destiny. So so would you say that the competition in Iron Banner is better than average, or kind of average, or even more you know, below average to what you would see in a normal Crucible game?
The competition, like me, since I'm a 30, the competition was easier than regular Crucible because of the level advantages. I'm going to have to say, depending on your level, if you were a 26, 27, you do average. If you were lower, you do poor. And if you were 29 plus, you do good. But if you were a 31, 32, then it's a breeze for you, pretty much. It is a breeze.
And what would you say would be the average level that you saw, you know, your opponents or teammates running around with in Iron Banner?
27, 26.
Okay, gotcha. And if I remember correctly, the Iron Banner came out shortly after the DLC dropped, so a lot of people hadn't, you know, gone through the raid enough times to really get to the higher, you know, levels.
Yeah. I hit 31 without any of the raid gear, but now that I have some of the raid gear, I can get close to 32.
Right.
I got lucky. I opened 2 legendary engrams, and I had a helmet that had 36 light, or 33, my bad. And then the 2 engrams had a chest plate and gauntlets that would get me to 31, so I was lucky.
Great, great. And so, but one of the takeaways is that you don't need to be maxed level. You don't need to have maxed out 331 weapons in order to be competitive in Iron Banner. Would you agree?
Yes, because I used Vex Mythic class, and that thing was only buffed to 323. And I used weapons at 300, and I was still doing very good damage.
Nice. Cool. So so we're nearing the end of our time. Apex, anything else that you want to leave the viewers with about Iron Banner?
Guys, if you're not a Crucible player, give it a chance, because it is something different. It only lasts a week. Play it while you can. And yeah, be sure to subscribe to his channel, because there's really good content on there.
Yeah, I appreciate the advertisement. So so like I said, if you're viewing this from the future, Apex is part of Flawless Kings, the clan. They'll have a channel linked down in the description below. And appreciate you watching the video today. Be sure to hit the subscribe button, follow me on Twitter, do whatever it is you guys do, and we'll see you in the next game.